fashionably late, and I'm here today because I want to show you how to use these amazing tools on Carousel Design's website to help design your perfect nursery. I'm going to show you how to use the Nursery Designer as well as the Drape Designer and the Bedding Designer. So we're going to start with the Drape Designer today, and what you do is you just go into the Design Your Own, click on the Drape Designer, and before you even start playing around with all the different colors, so this comes up, and what you want to do is you want to choose what kind of drapes you want. All right, do you want a hidden tab or a tie top? I think the tie top is absolutely adorable. I actually went with the hidden tab because I wanted a more closed look and not really put any focus on the rod in the room. And then what's awesome is you can do no trims. You can just have a solid fabric, or if you want to add a little detail to it, you can do the bottom panel, or even a 4-inch vertical trim, which is very unique. I like the idea of the bottom panel, so I went with that. And I also went with the blackout curtains because who doesn't want their baby to sleep longer? So I'm a big fan of that. And I hung our curtains a little high because the higher you hang curtains, it can make your room appear to be bigger and the window to be bigger. So we hung them from the ceiling. So we went with a 96-inch length and then the 42-inch width. So once you have that, then you've got your blank canvas to start with. So like it says, you just drag and drop. But before we start playing around with the fabrics, I want to show you the room tool. So this is the Nursery Designer tool, which is really amazing. So you can add in the color of your walls, the color of your trim, and your flooring. So if you are having a little girl and you want a baby pink room, then you can put in this color and see what your drapes look like along with that. And especially if you're using Benjamin Moore, you can get an exact look, which is really cool. So you can kind of play around, and this can also help you decide what you want to do for your walls and your trim if you haven't done so. My walls for our future daughter's room are white. Okay, so I'm just going to put that back in. And then if you go to the trim, same thing, play around. Maybe have a fun trim if you're going to do a plain white wall or whatever floats your boat. But I'm back with the white because I'm trying to do a cohesive look throughout my house with the white trim. We have all oak woodwork, so I'm slowly painting everything. It's a really fun job. And then you can go to the floor option and put in whatever type of flooring you have. There's all different kinds of wood floors, all kinds of carpets. Just drag and drop, and you can see what it looks like. We have kind of like a ivory carpet in my daughter's room, so I'm going to go ahead and put that. So this is kind of a look at what my daughter's room looks like before we design the drapes. So if you go back to the fabric, this is where the fun part begins. Now you can drag and drop all your different colors and patterns, and you have lots and lots and lots and lots of options when it comes to this. And if you're looking for, let's say, a specific color, you can type in pink, and then everything that has pink will show up. Or say you're looking for floral, you can go ahead and type that in, and you can play around with it. And that's what's really fun, is because maybe you can put two different patterns together that maybe you wouldn't think would look good, and then you see it and you really like it. So it's a great way to play around. So I went with a pink linen, so this light pink linen. And then for the bottom, I did a satin. Let me just find it real quick. Oh, excuse me, silk. I did a silk. This iced pink crushed satin. And what's really great is you can play around with it, and you think if you've found your design, what you can do is they will send you some free samples of each fabric so that you can see them in person, feel them, and make sure that they go with your room design. So this was awesome. I went through and I found a bunch that I liked, and I sent them over, and they were able to send me all of the fabrics so I could really see what they were like. And I came up with about 3 different patterns that I went with everything, because I really wanted a nice matching look. So once I saw the fabrics in person and fell in love with this, you then can go ahead and go to your purchase, so you can add however many panels you need. All right, and then all you do is just add it to cart. All right, after you have created your drapes, I'm now going to show you how to design your own bedding. So go to the Design Your Own tool, tab, and you can click on the Nursery Designer. This is where you will be working on the drapes. And so what you can do, it says choose a bedding combination to start, and it says you can always change it later. So do you like a single pleated skirt, a double pleated skirt, gathered skirt, rail cover versus bumper, whatever you choose. All right, and then they show kind of some different options. Like if you wanted to start with some patterns and not start from scratch, you can do that. So lots of options. I'm going to go with the create your own style. All right, so you can do a bumper, a 16 panel, 24 panel, rail cover, or no bumper. I went with the rail cover. And then you can, if you want piping or ruffle, I am doing a pretty girly room, so I went with the ruffle. And then you can choose the different types of skirt options. To start, I did the 3-tier, and from there it shows you the lengths. Now, something I have found, when the baby's younger, you're going to have the bed up a little bit higher than when they're older, when they are able to stand up and stuff. So to start with, I'm going with the 3-tier because that's what fits with the higher bed setting. But then I actually also created one with this box pleat, and then I did the 4-inch with a trim accent, and I did the 20-inch skirt. So there's lots of different options what you want to do, but I'll just show you the 3-tier one, since that's what I have the pictures of on my blog right now. So, and then after that, you can do the comforter options. You can do 2 panels, then piping or ruffle. And so to go with the look of the ruffles, I went with the ruffles as well again. All right, and then you can start. So this just kind of gives you the beginning look of what it all is going to look like. Now, what's cool about this is you can also put the crib railing on the front, so that you can see what it'll look like with the crib railing there, because obviously it's going to be there. But you can design it without having the crib railing there, so you can get a good look at all of the fabrics. But before we start playing around with the fabrics, you can go to the room, and why don't you put in your colors again like we talked about. I have the white with the white, a white trim. I even have a white crib, but say you have an espresso crib, you can go ahead and put that in. So lots of different options. That's cute. But back to the good old white, and then I'll put in my ivory carpet. Okay, so you've got your room looking. Now let's go back to the fabrics. And if you put some fabrics like on the drapes like we had talked about before, they'll come up on here. I started my screen over again so you could see how it would look exactly from the beginning, so they're not showing up. But otherwise, if you use some fabrics on something else, they'll show up here, which is nice. So from here, like before, you can drag and drop. Oh, and I just realized the skirt. I must have accidentally clicked on the wrong one. Let's go back to the 3-tier. Okay, select. There you go. You can switch it. So yeah, if you want to switch while you're working on it, you can go up to the top right there. Okay, so yeah, same thing here. You can play around. The fun thing about the 3 tiers, you can add all different fabrics. Probably wouldn't go with that combination I just made. But play around, so same thing. Go with, I went with a pink theme. Play around. I played around for quite some time to see what I liked. Since I decided on 3 different fabrics, I'll show you what I did. So I did, one of the fabrics I loved was this pale pink Modern Mums. So I kind of used this one as an accent fabric, so I didn't use it a ton. So I put it there on the crib railing, and then I also put it on the back side of the crib comforter. All right, and then I took that ice pink crushed satin, and I made the entire skirt out of that. I loved the look of the satin, and I thought it was very elegant and girly, so I did that in the crib sheet as well. And I liked it also in the ruffle. And then you can even customize the little ribbons that hold the railing, that hold it onto the railing. Now some patterns, if they're detailed, pretty detailed, then you can see that it doesn't work. But you can play around with that. And then I did another fabric just for fun, kind of like this one, not with the navy, but I wanted to do just one little accent, different fabric. So you can play around with it. Now if you want to look, you can click on that railing cover and you can see, oh, the rail cover is reversible. So maybe you want to do something fun with that right there. So how you can do that is go to the Your Fabrics, like it's showing up that I've used. Actually, I haven't put in the pink linen. Just put it over there. But so if you go back to the rail cover, what I did then is I took that pink linen and I put it on the inside if I wanted to change it up a little bit. So you can see if you click on each item if you have put everything in properly, okay? Can you return to the design? The crib sheet, as you can see, is just one pattern. Look at the 3 tiers. You can see which ones you put on which one. Alright, and then you can look at the comforter. As you can see, I didn't put anything for the ruffle, so let's go back. And you can either put it in here or you can put it in on the picture. Okay, so now you can see that I have a fully designed bedding. So that's super fun, and I absolutely love it, and it's such a great tool to help you. And there's also the coordinates, so you can kind of click on things that if you're not sure or daring enough to try different fabrics, this shows you things that will probably go with what you've chosen. So same thing, you can add it to cart, and if you do different fabrics, make sure that you go and get some samples so you can see it. And I'll show you one more quick thing. So go to the Design Your Own Crib Sheet Designer. This is newer, and I think it's so much fun. But what I did, so you can see ideas of how people did it. You can do a name, you can do a I did, let's just type in the pink again. So I did that Modern Mums pattern. And then you can also choose the font. So we'll just go with that one. And our daughter's name is going to be Gabriella. So you can type it in and it'll show you what it's going to look like. And you can do it try it in a bunch of different colors. Obviously you can't see that one that well. But you can do that. Put that in, and then you can put the sides if you wanted to fill the whole crib. I went with the large, so it was kind of there, but it wasn't huge. And it's a fun little tool to personalize how it all works, but I highly recommend these crib sheets. The bedding and the drapes, they are absolutely stunning in person, even prettier than it's going to look on your screen. But let me know if you have any questions, and I am happy to help you out. Have a great day.